I've got a request that I think you guys need to see because, well, I don't think it gets done very often. So let's see what that is. Welcome back to the Golf Shop. Jim McCleary, most award certified club maker, club fitter. If you would, like, subscribe, swing and hit the bell down below, and that way you get more of the videos when they drop. If you want to see more of what is going on in the McGolf Shop, subscribe to one of my social platforms, either Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, McGolf Custom Clubs or IAMMCGOLF. So what doesn't happen very often? Well, Brian in Tennessee, who we've done some work for before, and got his first, well, not his first, I'm sure, but got a hole-in-one with some clubs we were putting together for him. If you saw some pictures, if you go to the social media, the Mura build that I did, hole-in-one. Way to go, Brian. I hope it wasn't too expensive for you. So Brian has sent me, and I left it in the wrapper, but he let Tour Exotic, see if I can get in there. There you go, Tour Exotic, right? A CBX, and it's a Tour 3. It means it's 13 degrees. Normally when you see something in Tour on the on one of these woods, it means it's a lower loft. That's what it's all about. And he wants it bent. There it is. He wants it bent. Now, when you see bonded clubs, let's go first. Adjustable clubs, no bend. Period, end of sentence, they don't bend. Next, bonded clubs. Yeah, bonded clubs can be tricky, and you got to watch out for that. And the reason why is a couple of things. Number one, hear that? All right, that tells me it's metal. All right, at least I hope it is. If you get those kinds of 3-woods that have the composite crowns, no bend. All right. Normally, unless it's got a big old cap on the front that you can grab, then maybe. But what happens is the cap on these things normally sets like right here, and if you go to bend it, it just pops right off. Nah, nobody likes that either. So if you have an all metal one, you can get away with it. Now the other thing to look for is how much hosel it has. If it's got a lot of hosel, typically you can get away with a degree or two, and that's all that he wants. He wants to go a little flatter. We're going to put it in the jig. I've already measured it. I got to get 2 more degrees out of this to get where he wants to go. So let's set up the machine. It's my Mitchell angle machine. I'm setting down my club. Let's set up the Mitchell angle machine for working on a wood. Okay, what you have right here now is it's set up for an iron. And when you know it's set up for an iron, it's got 2 feet sticking out here, this, and there's nothing underneath. So first, we got to turn around and we've got to set this up for a wood. Now we have it set up for the wood, and what we had to do is we set it at the loft that we know that this is at, and then we have we flip down a piece that's normally where the iron holds down. There's a rubber piece that curves to the top so that we don't screw the top up. Then we put a bigger toe pad in here so that and it's rubberized so that it will grab so it doesn't want to bend so much. And then the foot peg or the foot platform so that it sits evenly. So now the real trick is to get it in here. We bring everything all the way to the top. I have another rubber clamp that we're going to bring in here in a second too. All right, just like everything else, I try and make sure I've got it where I want. Bring it down ever so slightly. Then I bring my clamp in to hold it against the machine. That's better. Do another double check to make sure everything is where we want it to be. And then it's just commence the tightening. You got to keep a feel on this because you don't want to crush anything. And they're nice and tight. and they're nice and tight, and I'm up against it. I don't feel 13. All right, so we're going to have to see just how we think we're going to get 13. That's because we're not up against it. That's why. Now we got a new adjustment. We're not quite where we're at, but I can at least measure. Now I got a number I can peel off of. Get it nice and tight again. Okay, we got it. Now another unique thing that we have to use is a short hosel bending bar, because we don't want to get up into the ferrule area. And so I've had this for years, and it almost looks brand new because I don't have a huge call for it. So we are going to use this one, and we're going to clamp it down very gently because it's on a painted surface. And there we go. Give it one more shot, and then let's just see if we can bend it. Just pull it down ever so slightly. Only needed a few degrees. Let's see how we did. Well, I got one. Let's see if I can get him another. And you can listen to the shaft crackling, and you can listen to this, so it gives you messages on whether or not you're getting close to bad things. So you don't want to go too far. Okay, I think that's about as good as I'm going to go. And I got quite a bit out of that. All right, so that's bending a fairway wood. Now the real trick here is, number one, have the right equipment. Number two is don't go fast at all. You just want to pull, 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 because the whole mechanism of a fairway wood wants to bend back. So you pull, and you'll feel it give, and you sit there for a minute, and you pull it, and you feel it give, and then measure every time. So we didn't get the 2 that he wanted, but we got about 1.5. So that's about as good as I want to go for you, Brian. So get ready. We're going to be sending it tomorrow to Tennessee. So if you have any questions like this, just send them and put them in the show notes below, and we'll make sure that we answer them. And as always, let's see your scores go low.